Mishra, should we be seeing therefore this population as an opportunity in a way, or should we see it as something that we should be worried about going ahead?
Let me begin by saying this, that, count of population matters the least when we don't look at the composition. And in fact, this whole debate about India surpassing China, the voluminous size of the workforce that is staring at us, we perhaps are doing one mistake, that we are looking population in a territorial limit. In fact, what is very clear in terms of the population transition of India, its uniqueness has been its pace rather than the quantum. The quantum transition keeps us growing till few more years. But the pace at which the population transition, the demographic transition has taken place in India is unique, and that pace gives us an advantage. This old debate, I'm not trying to engage about whether it's a disaster, it is, whether we are able to reap the dividend. But I must put it frankly, that India's population in the global workforce, India's global workforce will be 22% Indians in coming years between 2021 and 2041. So my co-panelists have rightly indicated that actually the pace has been a big advantage for us. And second thing is that India's internal demographic diversity is also offering an opportunity for us to deal with the workforce structure imbalances that you observe.
But Sanjeev Ahluwalia, the fact is that labor participation rates, look at it in Asia, both men and women in particular are among the lowest. So the worry is that yes, your population is expanding, we have a large young population, potentially productive as Manish Sabarwal put it, but the truth is labor participation rates are very low, and that should surely worry us.
Rajdeep, let me just make 3 points. One is, this term demographic dividend, it derives from the concept that if you have more young people, then they'll work and growth will go up. And generally speaking, growth is considered to be a good thing. The only problem is that we don't properly measure the quality of growth. And this is something that is going to become very important in the 3 decades ahead of us because of climate change. So unless and until the growth that happens because of the demographic dividend is positive in terms of green growth, that is nominal growth less the cost that the environment is bearing for incurring that growth, we would probably be accumulating more carbon emissions than ever before, because on top of a 1,400 million population, we would be adding another 400 million population in the next 30 years. So I think that this term itself is archaic, and we should junk it. If we should devise a new term for green demographic dividend. Do we have that? I think it's very doubtful, because as you know, we are at a very early stage of decarbonization. So yes, there is no country in the world which would want to see a declining population, because that is a terrible worry. But just because we are growing, our population is young, does not mean that we are ready for the future.